All right, so if you're watching this video, there's a really good chance you're at this web page, you're using AddEvent, and you're trying to test out the link, and you're getting an error message that says request URI too long. The requested URL's length exceeds the capacity limit for this server. Hey, this is Brenda Meller, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you what happened and what you need to do to correct it. So let me start with my process. I am in the process of setting up a program tour for my signature program, which is called the Recipe for Social Selling on LinkedIn. I've got 2 upcoming dates, and I'm going through the process of setting up the landing page, creating the AddEvent, registering myself to test it, and then I just received the test email for myself, so I have 2 dates, March 4th and 18th. I'm testing both of them, and I put in the body of my email, add this event to your calendar by clicking here. I stopped putting all the icons because I think it was just confusing people, so just click here, and that takes you to this landing page on the AddEvent site, and at the bottom you'll see the add to calendar. Now what was happening when I originally tested it is when I clicked on add to calendar, it looked like it was trying to open the page, and then all of a sudden I got this error message, request URI too long, the requested URL's length exceeds the capacity limit for this server. So I did probably what you did. I did a Google search for it, and I got a bunch of random responses, and one of them kind of alluded to the text string was too long. So I grabbed the full URL from the top, plugged that into my favorite AI tool. I'll use Gemini. And first I went into Google and plugged it in, didn't really give me any responses. So then I went into AddEvent, into their help, and they're using AI. And I communicated with their bot back and forth, and I said, I'm getting this error message, and it said, well, this could be due to Chrome extensions like DuckDuckGo or Bitdefender. And I use Bitdefender, so I'm like, okay, well, that's it. And it said, disable Bitdefender and try it again. So first I tried opening it in an incognito window, thinking, well, maybe Bitdefender wouldn't be picking up. Still got the same error message. Disabled Bitdefender. Did it again. Still got the error message. And I'm not keen on disabling Bitdefender because it's doing what it should be doing in the background. And I don't want to disable it for this instance and then have to remember to do that for every other instance in the future. So that was a little frustrating for me. So then I went back into AddEvent and I said, that's not working. They said, provide your email. We'll have somebody reach back out to you. And I'm ready. It's a Sunday. I'm ready for this. And they said within 24 hours. So I'm not going to sit around and wait for that. So what I did next is I opened up Gemini. And I typed in and I said, here's my URL, what's the problem? And I typed in this really long string, and it basically said your URL's too long and it's hard for people to type it in, and it's 6,500 characters. And then I corrected it and I said, well, it's actually the landing page for this URL for AddEvent. And when I click on add to calendar, it's taking me here and I'm getting this error message. And then it said, okay, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it said you have too many characters in the description of the event. And that made sense because let's look at the event itself. I usually just put a program title in the event title field and just a bit of description inside the body copy, including date, time, and Zoom link. Now for this one, I was thinking I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to put more information in here, thinking if someone looks at putting this on their calendar, this is a free event. And typically with free events, we get about 50% participation. In this event, I'm really trying to appeal to people who are considering enrolling in my signature program. So it's a program tour. It's not a webinar or a masterclass. So I wanted to give them some more substance in the body of the event, thinking if they're looking at their calendar and going, what did I have booked on March 18th at 4 p.m.? They're reading through here and they're understanding what this is, and that might help to get them to confirm that they actually do want to participate. So I provided a lot of information in here, and this is the first time I've done this with a table and with a lot of information in here. So the next thing I did is I went inside the event and I just edited information out. So I'm going to go inside here right now, and I'm just keeping the core information along with full details and I'm going to point people to my landing page, and that's where all the information is, the 2 different dates, the agenda, who should attend, what you need to know, like everything is in here. All that descriptive information is inside here. So I'm redirecting them there, full details and I put that at the top, thinking that would help those individuals who might be on the fence, even though they've already registered, whether to attend live or not. I've got the short description, the blurb that I have at the top of my landing page, the date, the time. I try to put multiple time zones in here, and I always strive to do that because if I'm in Mountain Time, I don't want to do the time translation. Just work with me on that, right? I'm in Eastern Time. I always list that first, but then I try to tag in all of the available times that people might actually attend. Now, GMT, which is in the UK, that's pretty late at night, 9 to 10 p.m., but you might attend, video off. And this event will actually appeal to people who are in Australia as well, because it's the next day at 7 to 8 in the morning, right? So I put that time zone in, the Zoom link, and then now what I'm going to do, because I have the landing page, is I'm going to delete out all of this additional copy. So that will shorten the description, and that in turn shortens that URL, because I guess the URL contains all of these characters. I don't know. I'm not a techie person. Now I'm going to click on Save Event, and I'm going to go back to the landing page. Again, if I were to start with the email and click on, by clicking here, it would take me here. I'm just going to do a quick page refresh, and that's going to reach back out to the page and catch any new information or updates that have been made. So now you can see it's a shortened description, and fingers crossed this should work. You're going to go through this with me. So now I'm going to click on Add to Calendar. It's popping up with the options. I'm going to click on Google. And if I've done this correctly, haha, I figured it out. So now I can click on save, and that will save that event to my calendar. And no longer am I going to get that 414 request, that error message, request URI too long, by using AddEvent. This is Brenda Meller with Meller Marketing, helping you to get a bigger slice of the LinkedIn pie. And part of this is understanding how all these tools that you might be using if you're self-employed are working, and what to do when you're receiving error message. I did a quick look up on YouTube, and I didn't see anyone else doing this video, so I knew it would be an opportunity to reach you. All right. If you found this video helpful, do let me know in comments if you found it, because you had the same error message. I would love to hear that as well. And I'm going to share this video with my friends over at AddEvent, and maybe they'll put it in their library too. Who knows? This is Brenda Meller, helping you to get a bigger slice of the LinkedIn pie. Thanks for watching, and be sure to click subscribe so you can see future videos in my series. Have a good day.